What's going on, everyone? This is David with All Beach Everything, and in today's playing tip I'm going to be covering switch blocking. Now this is a term that you probably haven't heard before, and you probably haven't even really seen used all that much, and definitely not really demonstrated too much either on TV or by any professionals for that matter. And I'll explain real quickly before I go into the video what it is. So switch blocking is basically just taking your predetermined blocking strategy and switching it around, just going to the opposite call. So say that you were originally going to be blocking the line here and the pass goes in towards the middle. Well, then you want to switch your call to a cross court block instead of a line block, and it's just the opposite if you have a cross court block set up originally. I'll just switch that around. That you originally are anticipating that you're going to have a cross court block set up. Instead, the pass gets pushed out to the pin. In that instance, you want to have a line block up instead of a cross court block. And I have a couple examples of both here. So I'll just run through this clip real quick. And that's the line switch right there. Right here is the cross court switch. So if we run through this again, this very first one, Ty Loomis is up at the net blocking, and Grotowski is the one that's going to be passing and hitting. And so you see Casey Patterson on the other side of the court moves immediately into that cross court, assuming that Ty Loomis is covering that line. But you see how far over to the right that pass goes, and as well as the set is also in the middle. A line block from here is very, very impractical, because for one, even if you block straight down the middle like this, you'll be basically dividing the court into two, and you're leaving the opponent with a ton of room on this left side. So even if you do step over a little bit, say like into the line, you're completely out of the picture, and there's essentially no block straight in front of the attacker here. So in this instance, when the pass gets pushed to the middle, or the set really gets pushed to the middle, this is when you want to switch your call to cross court, and that way it gives your defender the ability to move over to the other side of the court, really the proper side of the court that they should be defending on, since you're, as a blocker, going to be defending a very, very skinny shot into the cross court here, and it's going to be a lot easier for you since you have less ground really to cover with your block. So you see here where the block set up in the middle, got a ton of room on that left side. It's a really, really easy shot for the other team to just go high over. On the other side of the play, we have the opposite, where the pass gets pushed out to the pin and they have a cross court block set up. And I could tell that there's a cross block up just because the way that Adrian Carambola moves into the line on that play. So you see that he was already showing a cross-court dig, and then he quickly moved into the line. But if you notice where that pass and set went, that line shot is a very, very narrow shot. There's really not much room for Patterson to hit from that angle, especially trying to get around from it on the right side. So it's really impractical to try and cover this shot. You're better off serve just staying in that cross court. So what you want to do in instances like these is either the defender or the blocker during the play, whether it's off of serve receive or transition, just call switch. What might be a little bit easier is that just before a game, just say whatever time that we have a cross court block up and the pass gets pushed to the outside, just switch your block. So you don't have to say anything during the play. There's no miscommunication. Just every single time, switch the call. If the pass goes to the middle and we have a line block up, switch it to cross. It's really simple. It's a simple adjustment that's really, really effective. It's going to make it a lot tougher for your opponents to read you too if they think that you have a certain blocking strategy on each player and they try to move the passes around to get around that block. Switching your block is going to make it a lot easier for you on defense, not only as a blocker but also as a defender. Alright, so that's it for this tip. If you want to get more tips, more strategies, visit allbeacheverything.blogspot.com. You can also find all of these tips on YouTube at DAOOFCHI. That's the YouTube channel. Hope you enjoyed it and hope you learned a little something. Stay tuned for more updates in the future.